This verse, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth," from Genesis 1 verse 1, answers to the questions of all those who question their origins instantly. Only when man acknowledges God's creation can he attain true rest. Those who acknowledge this will now ask themselves, why did God create the world? And what does he expect of me? What can I do to make God happy and myself happy? I live thinking about things of high value, but those who do not accept God's creation can always spend a lot of time searching for the world's and humans' roots. Also, since living things and humans are presumed to be naturally occurring, the purpose of life will be focused solely on pleasing one's own body. If humans occurred naturally, then humans are merely just living matter. So, what makes humans different from other living matter, such as flies and bacteria? If people are simply living matter, it does not seem appropriate for the mere matter to discuss love and justice. Let us now humbly accept Genesis 1 verse 1. And I hope that we can find out why God created the world and show our sincerity even a little more in fulfilling the will of Him who made us. Genesis 1 verse 2 says, "The earth was formless and empty, and darkness was over the deep, and the Spirit of God moved over the waters." Through the sentence that the earth is in chaos, it must be said that God had already created a three-dimensional space and matter on His first day. He first made the components of the universe and the earth and began His creative work in earnest. At this time, the shape of the earth is a chaotic state because it's mixed with the matter and water vapor without any form. The Spirit of God mainly expresses the Holy Spirit in other parts of the Bible, so it can be seen that the Holy Spirit was involved in the creation work. Also, as stated in Proverbs 8:30, "I was by His side, I became the Creator and became His pleasure every day." We can see that the Son Jesus also did the work of creation. Now, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is about to begin the work of creation, looking over the deep waters and the formless surface of the earth. However, in the Bible verse, "The earth was chaotic and empty," it cannot be said that God created only light on the first day. So the earth must have been created before the work of creation. This is contrary to Exodus 20 verse 11, which says that God created the world in 6 days. God created the earth and everything within the first 6 days. So it can be said that the earth was created together on the first day. In this state, God first created the light through His Word. It seems very scientific and reasonable to say that God first created light as a tangible thing on the basis of space and matter. Let's consider that every movement and life activity requires energy. Light is the most fundamental form of energy. Plants grow because of light, and all herbivores can eat these plants and get the energy to survive. Also, plants are buried and become coal, and animals that eat plants become oil. In this way, light is converted into various energies that can cause all moving activities. The light also evaporates the water, which then falls as rain again, followed by the flow of rivers. The light creates shade, and the shade creates a temperature difference, which causes wind to blow on earth. TVs and computers are powered by electricity, which is also generated by converting energy from light into electricity. As such, all movement in this world originate from light. Light brings to life everything that was dead. Light is the only power supply that exists in this world, which is the most fundamental source of life activities. The moment this power goes out, the world will stop all activities. It is God who provided this power. He has begun. It is in His power and authority to finish it. Now, let's look at the movement of water on earth on day 2. God first divided the water, which was in a vapor state, into 2. In Genesis 1 verse 6, it is recorded, God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, to divide the waters from waters." Here, the firmament refers to the earth's atmosphere, so we can see that the water was divided into water above the atmosphere and the water below the atmosphere. Water that rises up exists in the upper atmosphere in the form of water vapor, and water that descends is condensed to become the water of the seas and rivers. On the 3rd day, God made the earth come up to become dry land and the waters to go down and become the sea. Why did God put a layer of water vapor on top of the earth's atmosphere? Also, why did He make the uninhabitable sea wider than the land? If there was no water vapor layer in the upper layers of the earth, there would be nothing to block the high energy radiation from space. This radiation is very lethal to life on Earth. The reason the water vapor layer surrounds the Earth is to protect humans, animals, and plants. Also, without the ocean, the Earth's temperature would be extremely hot in summer and very cold in winter. The temperature difference between day and night will be extreme, and the temperature difference between region to region on Earth will be very large. This creates an environment in which humans and animals and plants cannot survive. However, the waters in the sea keeps the Earth's temperature at a certain level. It also absorbs the hot heat of the sun, evaporates, and then falls as rain in other areas, maintaining the overall uniformity and stability of the Earth's environment. Mars is without water and sea. It has a temperature difference of about 90 degrees Celsius between day and night, and the Moon has a temperature difference of 310 degrees Celsius. Scientists say the Earth arose 4.6 billion years ago. Some theologians who accept science as credible interpret the first 3 days of Genesis to be hundreds of millions of years. However, the Bible records that from the first day of creation, there was evening and there was morning, which was the first day, from Genesis 1 verse 5, so that the earth rotates with a certain rotation from the first day, and the day in Genesis is the same as the present day with morning and evening. It clearly shows that it is the same concept. If God said that the work that took hundreds of millions of years was completed in 3 days, this could mean that God lacks power but exaggerates as if He has great power. It also means that it is a lie to say, "In 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and the sea and all that is in them." Exodus 20 verse 11. This has the effect of undermining the omnipotence and the truthfulness of God, and It is as a thought that Satan would love. It has the justification that it will help the faith by merging the Bible and science well. But in fact, it is just an idea that sympathizes with Satan and erodes the faith of believers. God does not lie. If you look at God's creative work, you can see the warm consideration to protect the people you love. We must not disappoint the God who loves us too much